Me and him, he was my best friend. And I think I was his too. So Adam as a son was a goof. He pushed my buttons. He knew how to get me all heated up and then have a great discussion with me and then kiss me on my forehead and tell me, okay, I love you, Mom. I'm going to eat and shower in bed now. He was always a good listener. He was a good boy. He was a great young man, and he just made everybody in the house laugh really, really hard. And it's a big part that we're missing now. So I didn't know any of this until Adam passed. With his classmates, he was, again, the jokester of the class. He loved making the entire class laugh and not necessarily want to do their work. He was very playful, but he never left somebody. If he saw somebody sitting alone, he never let them be alone. He would come up to them and say, you know what, these are the best years of our life. You've got to come hang out with us, and pretty much make that person fit into a group of friends. And he always knew how to put people together so they always meshed really well. One story of a young lady that was sitting in the cafeteria by herself, and him and his best friend Preston, and I'm not sure if Aiden was there too, that's another best friend, came up to this young lady and said, what are you doing? Like, here's a cookie. They all went and bought cookies from the cafeteria, grabbed her out of her chair kindly and said, let's go, we're going to hang out. You're part of our friend group, and let's see how we can make friends for you. The scholarship came up from an idea from both a client and one of our best friends. After Adam's passing, I was really, really low, as any mother would be. And I couldn't find something to uplift me selfishly, but also help in his honor, in his name, because there was so much stories coming to me about the amazing things that he did at school. And I was like, okay, what is there that we can create as a family to still have him be with us still? So there was a couple of ideas that was thrown around, and then Jeff Collins, a client of ours, and Dan Marujo, our friend, were in contact with the school, and I didn't know. And they were asking the school, what is there that is needed so that we can create some sort of fundraiser to help with that. And I guess the scholarships came up, and Jeff had connections with the Halton Learning Foundation and basically introduced us. And as soon as he did, it felt real. It felt aligned. It felt connected. Everything the Halton Learning Foundation stands for is everything that my son stood for. And I couldn't say no. I could have gone to anybody and any other foundation, but something to do with the kids and in Halton. And he was well known because he also got scouted for another team off of school. And I was like, it's all Halton based. So this is our home, and this is where we're going to help lift kids the way he did. And it was just magic after that. So I remember sitting down with my daughter and my husband, and I said, we're coming up with scholarships. Is everybody okay with that? Yes. I want to do 3 scholarships. And I already know I want to give one out for sportsmanship. It's obvious. I want someone that's on the team that doesn't just care about winning, but picking up the opposing team like he always did and saying, you okay, buddy? And, hugs and keep going and beating up each other on the football field or the rugby field. His love for sports was like no other. He absolutely loved football, then rugby, and he always had football on the TV or was following it on his phone. The trades was another obvious because we knew 2 weeks before his passing that he finally decided that he was going into the trades and taking over the family business, which is our renovation and construction business. And then the difference maker all came from how much of a difference he made at school. Again, from the stories that we were told. Because remember, when kids are at home, they're one way. And when they're with their friends or at school, they're another way. And I thought, he's just like a mischievous kid. He's fine. As long as he's not getting in trouble by the principal. He's just being a proper teenage boy, not doing anything wrong. But I really didn't know what kind of difference he was making. Whether it was shop class or his construction class, always helping at the end, cleaning up, making sure everything is put away properly, checking on kids that needed, a friend because they were alone at lunch and he didn't like that, or even the custodial staff. And this was a story from one of the teachers. He would leave his classroom every day at the same time to help the custodial staff. She was a really petite woman, and help her push the bins up this little ramp because it was too heavy for her. And he would sit and have conversations with her after football practice or rugby practice. They really got to know her as a human, and they didn't look at her any different for whatever position she was having. He made a difference in her life by just checking in on her. So for me, it was so easy to come up with the titles of the scholarships. And it just wanted the kids that received them to make sure that they have the same characters as Adam. When the 9 kids won the scholarships, I got some letters from them. And they literally told me that it wasn't about the money, even though they appreciate the help for school. It was about the fact that they are going to carry the meaning of their scholarship, whatever title that they won at, continuously throughout their life, and make sure that they always will show the world that there is lots of good in it by them starting to do the good like Adam did. So the walkathon fell on the weekend of his birthday because I am very much, he was born September 11, so I'm very much on when it's the kids' birthdays or in the entire family's birthdays, we celebrate. There's food, there's cake, there's lots of love, fun, whatever they want to do. It's their day, they get to choose. It would have been his 18th birthday. And I said, I already knew I was planning a huge party for him in my head, what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. It's a big year. So I guess again, I honestly don't remember how the walkathon came to be. I believe it was someone that I network with. Basically said, I'm planning to do a walk of 5K and raise money for Adam. And I was, great. I'll help. I'll participate. Unfortunately, we were supposed to have it in Mississauga, and it was very difficult to get around the city rules and everything else. So I was like, okay, let's try it out in Milton. He's from Milton. Let's find a place and just do it. And because the school was going under construction, we wanted to do it on the weekend on the field of the school. But unfortunately, again, for safety reasons, we couldn't. So I literally called Parks and Rec and I said, do you have a place that I want to do this, and it's 5 kilometers. We're going to walk around a track or something. So that's how it ended up being at the Milton Sports Center. And we were able to create an event where we had games for the little ones so that they were occupied. We had games for the teenagers so they were occupied. And we had the mayor. We had so many people there to come out. We had someone from the Hamilton Wildcats come out. We had donations from the Argos. We had Raptor tickets, Maple Leaf tickets. We had so many things that we were giving away that day. And all in the name of raising funds for the scholarship, Halton Learning Foundation, and an event to commemorate his birthday going forward from now on. So I'm hoping this is going to be an annual event for as long as I can handle it. I'm hoping to raise as much money as possible. We raised between $30,000 and $40,000 this year, last year, for the walkathon. We've had so many amazing things happening. So this year, for sure, I'm really trying to make it even bigger and better. The collaboration with the Halton Learning Foundation has been nothing but amazing. I am so grateful that they've accepted me as one of them and allowed me to run with ideas that I've brought to them. The collaboration's been fantastic. I love everybody there. Mark, Jim, everybody that is there is willing to step up and help at any time. Give me ideas. I also love running things by them before I do it so that I don't get the foundation in any trouble in any way. I am so grateful to the Halton Learning Foundation for joining arms and helping me with this foundation. The one thing that Adam would always say is be kind to each other. Because as we all know, that tomorrow is not promised. He would also probably say, he was a very patient young man. So just have patience. Just have love in your heart for everyone. He never hung up the phone, whether it was to his friends or his family, without ending the call with, I love you. So I think for him, his message would be truly love and be kind and take care of each other.